Hello, welcome to the crafting table. We are here with this month in No Man's Land. The format is going to be changing here in the next couple of videos because of the announcement for Farming Simulator 25. See, it's April in our world here on our farm, and we have a lot of mowing and all that to do. But because of the change, I believe, yep, this was the one that I bought the front mower as well. So now we can mow a bit more. I was kind of looking around at different ones, and I just decided that the one that fits with the one I have now, the one that matches the one I have now, is the best to go with. Yeah, the GMD 3123F. So I go pick that up, and then I continue mowing. But because of the announcement for Farming Simulator 25, things are going to change up with the videos. I'm going to be trying to get them done week by week to do it as quickly as possible before Farming Sim 25 comes out, to try and reach the goal that we had. I'm still leaving it on hard economic difficulty. I believe I have May and June already. May, June, and parts of July already recorded. They just need to be edited and released. And I have a bunch of time to do so now, so I will be releasing them on Friday every single week, or trying to. I still have life that needs to be taken care of. I'm off of work for the time being, but I still have two kids. So we got two kids who are under let's see, I got one that's under 2 and one that's under 3. So a lot of work at home with the kids. A lot of running around. But yeah, we're trying to finish up all the mowing. Looks like we got a lot of it done in one single day, or the second day. So that's good. And we do have the cows now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But it's been a little bit since I've looked at the farm here. I think I was confused as to what I was supposed to be doing here. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing here. What was that? I wonder why I left this in. Looking at something, I would imagine. Trying to think of something. Just got some more pallets of mushrooms and flowers to move. Oh yes, we do have the cows. And I believe this is the first month where we have full cows. Like, I ended up selling the cows that we did have and then rebuying them again. So that way they're all on the same growth rate and everything like that. But we're not going to wait for births of cows. We're just going to have the full complement of cows that we can fit into that barn, which I believe is 45, I want to say. Because we bought I think it's the large one. And here we're starting the process of turning the grass into hay. I can't remember what this piece of equipment is called for some reason. It's not a windrower. It's a thing. I don't remember what it is. Wow. Grass turner over. That's what we'll call it right now until I remember what it's called. I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart right now. But we're making hay here for the cows, so we can store it aside and continue to feed them. And we actually have the ability to make a lot of hay. So a bunch of the leftover not hay, but we'll leave some of the fields as grass to turn that into silage to still be able to sell, and then we'll use the hay to feed the cows for now until we can actually start getting them some total mixed ration. And here we go, we're windrowing it now. Getting a nice setup for us for when we run the baler over it. Trying to remember what that piece of equipment is called. I guess I could look it up while this very long sequence is going on. I wonder what I was doing. I think I may have just had my brain switched off while I was doing some of this. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff going on all the time with my family nowadays, so... So we're still just windrowing this stuff here. A tedder. It's a tedder. That's what it is. My gosh. I believe I forgot what that was. Still just windrowing here. April's like this, and I believe, I want to say, not June. I think June is pretty straightforward, regular kind of time, but I think July is like this too. So all the, I want to say every third month is going to be a tough one, but I actually had a thought about that, and I'm thinking maybe of rotating the grass fields. So that way, it's like 2 of them are done on this month, and then the next month the other 2 are done. So that way, 1 month, once every 3 months, it doesn't take like 5 hours to record a video, because it's not 5 hours, but it takes a long time to do these really large fields with the small equipment that I do have. But the way I'm setting it up is that it's no longer going to be 28 days in a month. It's going to be 7 days in a month. So a week is going to be a month's worth of time in the game. That will change for July. Will be the first month that is happening. So here we are. We're just turning the grass into bales here to ferment them into silage, so we can sell that. Just refilling the different things here. Or maybe it's June. June might be the first one. I think May was the last one that was 28 days. Because the June recording was actually pretty hectic. You'll see when June comes out. I know I'm like talking about future videos, but I kind of record these in batches anyway, so just moving some more pallets, flowers, mushrooms, all that good stuff. Moving it over. All the honey too. Save all that honey up for February, or possibly we might be able to get into cereal production before that even, because I've actually been able to sock away quite a bit of money in the next couple of months or so. Although some of it's going to be spent on a, what do you call it? A bale loader. Spitting out some hay bales here. And I think eventually I might get a separate baler for hay altogether, and then a separate one for straw even, once we get to the point of having straw bales to do. Yeah, see, I started doing this, and I believe I ended up taking out a bit more for the loan and renting or leasing a bale loader, because this just takes too much time. and I think it only carries 5. Yeah. See, I was just like, nope, we're not doing that. This is one thing that I am going to be buying in July, I think. In the July video. Just unloading the bales. Good stuff. And I think that might be the last of them. Yeah, I believe that's the last of the bales. Now we got to start the process of mulching all the grass. We don't necessarily have to do this, but grass is kind of our big moneymaker right now for the year. So to try and get as much of it as possible, and we need a lot of grass to be able to feed the cows now too, because they go through food like crazy. Need a lot of food, especially once you when you lower the day count for the month, for the whole month's worth, instead of 28 days down to 7, everything produces really, really, really fast, and animals go through food really, really, really fast. So there's not as much reaction time. So I almost find it a little bit more difficult to keep up with all the pallets and things like that for the 7-day month instead of a 28-day month. But now we're just still moving some more pallets. Yeah, I think I hired a worker so I could get some pallets moved. I haven't hired a worker on here in a little bit, at least I don't think so. But I've been trying not to because I've been so low on cash, but I don't know, the fact that there is a lot of work to be done and it's just me working on it, I think I can do with spending a little bit of money to have a worker come and either mow the grass or whatever needs to be done. Just feeding the cows. And they've actually been generating quite a bit of milk. The only thing is that milk isn't really worth as much until about December, I think, on this map. That's one thing I don't know is, are all the maps the same when it comes to when the best time things to be sold is, or is that something that's made by the map maker, like the modder that makes the maps and stuff? We're just doing some more mulching here. Good stuff. Except for this field. This field is actually the most difficult field to do because of this hill right here. What I should do is I should cut back the grass field portion of it, just because of how this hill is. Either that or I can try and flatten the hill out a little bit. But I think I'd much rather cut back the grass portion of it, get rid of, part of the field right there, and, I don't know, save that space for something like solar panels or wind generators or something like that. Just moving some more pallets. Even more pallets. Just got to remember that all this stuff is basically just money. Like, this is how we make our money here. At least for now. I'm actually pretty excited for when we get to sell our first batch of milk, to see how much that actually banks us. Because I believe milk and... oh, what is it? Milk and silage are both sold in the same month, so that's going to be a very large pay bump. Plus we've got manure and slurry that we could sell too, I believe. I guess we'll find out when the best time to sell it is. We'll take the manure or slurry or whichever we want to try and load up first. Probably the slurry. The slurry is the easiest. Manure we're going to need to get a actual, like either a telehandler or a front loader or something like that to load it up. Or we could buy the conveyor belt system, which might be easier, but go and see if we can sell that at the same spot we sell everything else. So it looks like we're on April 21st now. Still moving pallets. Just a lot of pallets to be moved all the time. The work never ends with the pallets. Yeah, on 7 days versus 28 days, the mushrooms and flowers, they produce 2 pallets per day. So you got to move both. You got to move 4 pallets worth every single day from the mushrooms and the flowers. So it all generates pretty much the same amount. It just does it faster. That's what doing that does. Just about ready to start selling things here. And it looks like April was the day that we sold all of our wool. Yeah, we can only carry 6 wool pallets at a time. And I think I had stated I'm using an auto-loading mod now just because of how screwy loading pallets is manually. Creates more problems than it should, so for the sake of the video and the ease of making the videos, I decided to do that. Just loading up some more stuff into the sell point. And we're making back a lot of money right now, too. So, you know, a little over $9,100, $1,275 for the bonus. Yeah, right now our big money makers are our monthly money maker is the mushrooms and flowers. We sell those every month. And it looks like I've had a few editing flubs, too. I need to pay better attention when I'm doing this. I think I was just out of it. 11,523 for that sold. Because that one was just a jump cut. It wasn't even a fade. It just straight to the thing. I think I was just really tired that day when I was editing. Off to sell some more. Making back quite a bit of money here. There it is. A little under 10,500. Alright, last full load. See how much this brings us. $9,769, $1,367 for the bonus, and then on the final day, final sell, we've got 3,926, the 549 bonus. That's all pretty good. But yeah, that is going to do it for this episode of No Man's Land. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Until then, have a great night, everyone.